Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me for today's at-home full body Pilates workout. In today's routine, we're going to be sculpting, strengthening, and toning all the major muscle groups. I'm going to be using a set of ankle weights for the upper body work, the ab work, and the lower body work. You can do this workout with ankle weights as well, or you can use no weight and still get in a great workout. If at any point you are using the ankle weights and it gets too much or you're losing good form, please do remove them and carry on with the exercises weightless. With that in mind, let's go ahead and jump right into our warm-up. I'm going to move the ankle weights off to the side because we're not going to need them for our warm-up. And we're going to come into an all fours position. So I would like you to place your wrists below your shoulders. We're going to flex our feet, pressing the balls of the feet down into the mat and then sink back. You might need to bring your hands forward a little bit on the mat so that you can get a lot of length through the spine. Then we're going to come forward, wrists below the shoulders, and then stretch back, lengthening through that tailbone. So we're coming forward, inhale, and as we exhale, we're pushing back, thinking about lengthening the spine. Inhale, forward, exhale, push back. Inhale, forward, exhale, push it back. So here we're mobilizing our shoulders, lengthening through the spine, and getting into that Pilates breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as you push back. Good. We've got 4 and 3. Really stretch those shoulders. Last 2 and final 1. Amazing work. Now from here, we're going to push the hips up and back, coming into a downward dog. Make any little adjustments you need to. Bend your knees as much as needed in order to get that lift in the hips. I would like you to flatten out your upper back, let your head hang between your shoulders, and we're just going to pedal out the feet, bringing alternating heels down toward the mat, keeping those hips lifted high, lengthening through the spine as you stretch the backs of the legs. Scoop belly in here. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Level out the heels. Come forward into plank. Hold in a high plank. Tap the knees down to the mat. Lift the knees into high plank. And then shoot the hips up and back, coming into your downward dog. From here, we're going to add 2 leg lifts. Lift the right leg, stretch and lengthen. Lift the left leg, stretch and lengthen. Come forward into your plank and repeat. Tap both knees down, lift, scooping in your abdominals as you send the hips up and back, lifting one leg, lifting the other, and back into high plank. Tap those knees, high plank, lift and lengthen, and stretch out those legs as you lift feet toward the ceiling. Come forward, high plank, knee tap, shoot it back, and lift and stretch. Get as much length and lift as possible as you elevate those legs. 2 more sets. Plank, tap down, last set. Lift, elevate the legs, and then come back into your plank. We're going to hold here for 5, 4, lift abdominal wall, 3, 2, and 1. Lower knees down to the mat. We're going to bring the feet forward on the mat and warm up the abdominal wall a little bit here with some C curves. So I'd like you to take hold behind your thighs, lift up nice and tall through the spine, release your arms, palms facing in, tuck the tailbone, curve through the lumbar spine, rounding, and then hold, deep inhale, and exhale, pull belly to spine to lift. Inhale, C, curve the spine back. Exhale, draw your belly button in toward your spine to lift and lengthen. Inhale, keeping the feet flat on the floor, and exhale to lift. Lower, back a little further if you can, and breathe out to lift. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Last one, we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, abs in, 2, and 1. Lift it up. Cross your legs if that's comfortable, otherwise keep your legs straight out in front. And we're going to open up through the chest with some arm circles. Inhale and exhale to come up and around. Nice large arm circles, lengthening through those fingertips. Lift and stretch, opening through the chest. Last 2. And final 1. Lift the arms up. Twist to the right, bring the right fingertips back behind you. Left fingertips come onto the knee. And then up, switch sides. Inhale to center. Exhale to twist. I'd like you to keep your spine nice and tall here. Good. Getting as much rotation as you can as you twist from side to side, mobilizing the thoracic spine. Let's do one more. Breathing the air out of the lungs. Amazing work. Now from here, I'm going to put my ankle weights on. Again, you don't need to use them. We're going to go into our lower body work, starting off with some side lying exercises to really get deep into those hips, the gluteus medius muscles, and the thighs. So I'd like you to roll onto your side. We want our right leg on top, lower down. You can support your head on your hand like so, or on your outstretched arm. You can also use a block under head if that's more comfortable. Other hand comes down onto the mat for support. We're gonna pick the legs up, hinge them slightly forward so you're in a pike, and then we're gonna bend the knees. So the knees are bent, the heels are back toward the bum, and the toes are pointed. Make sure your knees are stacked and your hips are stacked here. From this position, we're gonna lift just the lower part of the top leg, and then we're gonna tap toe to toe, knee to knee, toe to toe, knee to knee. So it's a small range of movement. I want you to focus on keeping those hips stacked. So try not to let that top hip come back as you tap your toes and tap your knees. Think about drawing an arc in the air with that top knee. Keep it slow and controlled. Nicely done. Tap and tap. Starting to warm up the right glutes, starting to feel it deep into those stabilizing hip muscles. Thighs are working here as well. Nicely done. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees together. Keep the lower part of the leg elevated. And now we're going to go into some knee tap extensions with a pointed toe. So we're extending and bending, tapping the knees together. Extend and bend for 8, 7, stretch and lengthen out through that big toe. 6, 5, flex all the muscles in the leg as you extend, point hard through that toe. For 3, relax the shoulders. 2, belly to spine. And 1. Now we're going to repeat that with a flexed foot. So pull the toes back toward the shin. Same thing again. Now we're driving through the heel. We've got 9, 8, relax those shoulders, lengthen through the neck. 6, push out. Imagine you're kicking something away from you. 4, 3, give it a lot of power and energy. 2, and final 1, point the toe and lower the leg. Now we're going to stretch both legs out long. Now you have options here. We're going to go into some leg lifts. You can either keep that lower leg down on the mat as we lift and lower the leg, or for more of a challenge, push into your supporting hand and lift that lower leg, keeping it elevated. We're going to go for 10 leg lifts with this top leg. So we're lifting and lowering. Good job. 7, 6. Don't worry if your leg's not getting quite as high as mine. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower both legs down. Nice work. Now we're going to go into some leg circles. So we're going to take that top leg up about shoulder height, and we're going to circle forwards, basketball-sized circles. Using your big toe like a pencil in the air. Last 5, 4, keep your torso still and stable. If you're losing stability, bend that lower leg. And 1, nice. Now we're going to reverse direction of those circles, circling backwards. Breathing through it. I know these are tough. Lengthening out from your hip all the way out through your big toe. for 5, 4, 3, 2, abs in, and 1. Amazing. Stretch both legs out long. Now we're going to focus on the left inner thighs. So we're going to either place that top leg behind or in front, whatever's more comfortable for you. We're going to lift that top leg, inner thighs facing up toward, lift that bottom leg, inner thighs facing up toward the ceiling. We're going to sweep the leg forward, keeping it parallel with the floor. Come back, lift, and lower. Sweep forward, back, lift, and lower. Good. Forward, back, lift, and lower. So you're really squeezing your inner thigh to get that lift. Again, don't worry about how high your leg gets. Just ensure that you're focusing on that inner thigh contracting with every lift. Keep the toes pointed. Nice work. Breathe through it. Squeezing that inner thigh. We've got 2. And final 1. Good. Now we're going to go into some lifts. We're going to do 10 lifts, and then we're going to hold, squeezing the inner thigh, and then we're going to do 10 more lifts with a pointed toe. So hover your lower leg, point through the toes. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, contracting that inner thigh the entire time. 3, 2, 1, and hold at the top of the lift for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. 10 more. 10, 9, 8. You should really feel this in your inner thighs now. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3. Squeeze. 2, and 1. Nicely done. Amazing work. Now we're going to switch our focus back to that top leg, the right leg. So I'd like you to come into an all fours position, dropping onto your forearms. So your elbows are below your shoulders and your knees are below your hips. So I'm going to point my right toes, bend the right knee. From here, we're going to extend, and as we extend, we're switching to a flexed foot. As we come back in to tap the knee, we're pointing the toe. So we're flexing to extend, pointing to bring it in and tap. Flexing to extend, point and tap. Good work. So you're really driving through the heel on that extension, kicking something out back behind you, giving it a lot of energy, and really focusing on those right glutes and thighs doing the work here. Spine is in neutral, neck is nice and long. We've got 4, 3, kick it out powerfully, 2, and final 1. Now from here, keep the foot flexed. We're going into some rainbow taps with a flexed foot. So we're tapping to opposite corners of the mat as we bring that leg up and over, drawing a rainbow shape in the air with that heel. Good. 7, 6, keep lengthening through that heel for 5, 4, squeeze the bum with every lift, 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Lift the heel so it's straight back behind you. From here, we're going to go into some slow pulses, lowering and lifting that leg. Good. 7, 6, abs are in. Lifting that heel toward the ceiling. Last 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to come up onto our hands. Palms come below the shoulders. We're going to point the toe and bend at the knee. We're going into some slow bent leg pulses. So we're lowering and lifting. Toes are pointing up toward the ceiling. 7, abs in. 6, broaden across your shoulders. Keep pushing the mat away from you. Last 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the top of the lift. We're going to pick up the pace. Little controlled pulses, pulsing that big toe up toward the ceiling, getting deep into the gluteus maximus muscle here. You can do it. Keep pulsing. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Amazing work. Take your knees nice and wide and sink back into a well-deserved child's pose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale. Nicely done. Let's move over onto the opposite side now so we can work the left top leg. So we're getting nice and long on the edge of the mat. Hand is down on the floor for support. We're gonna pick the legs up so we're in a pike, and then we're gonna bend at the knees, bringing the heels toward the bum. Knees are stacked, toes are pointed, hips are stacked. Lift the lower part of the top leg, toe to toe, knee to knee. Toe to toe, knee to knee. Drawing that arc in the air with that top knee. Nicely done. We've got 5, 4, 3. Keep those toes pointed. 2 and 1. Keeping that top leg elevated from the knee below. We're going to extend and tap. Extend and tap the knees together. Full extension, really pointing hard through the toes. Last 5 and 4. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth on your extension. And 1. Good. Now flex the foot, bringing the toes back toward the shin and drive out through the heel. Good. Breathe out to push through that heel. Make it powerful. Fully extend the leg and then tap it back in for 4, 3. Contract your core. 2. And final 1. Lower that top leg. Bring the legs together. Remember, you can either pick that lower leg up or keep it down on the floor as we go into those leg lifts. So I'm really pushing into the mat with my supporting hand, going right into it. 6, abs in. Core contraction really helps with stability here. Last 3, 2. I know it's hard, stick with it. Last 1. Amazing work. Now we're making that bridge either behind or in front of the leg, and we're gonna lift that lower leg, sweep it forward, back, lift, and lower. Sweep it forward, back, lift, and lower. Nice work. Keeping it controlled and slow, keeping the tension on that inner thigh as we come forward, and then use the muscle to get that lift. Good. Last 5, 4, lift, 3, you've got this, 2, lift a bit higher, and last 1, lift and lower the leg. Now, going into those leg lifts, 10 plus a hold, then 10 more. So we've got 10, 9, squeeze the thigh, lift toward the ceiling, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold, relax the shoulders for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Go back for 10, 9, 8, abs in, 7, 6, 5, little higher for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift it up, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Amazing work. Now we're going to get into position for our left leg all 4 work. So we're going to come down onto our elbows. Elbows below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to bend that left leg with a pointed toe and then extend, driving out behind through the flex. So flexing to extend, pointing to tap. Flex and tap. Flex and tap. Flex, drive out. Imagine you're kicking something back behind you. We've got 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Now we're gonna cross over, tapping, maintaining the flex as we go into our flexed foot rainbow taps. Squeezing that booty at the highest part of the lift. So sort of in the middle of that arc, you're really squeezing the bum to get that lift. Nicely done. For 5 and 4, lengthen through the spine. 3, 2, and 1. Hold in the middle, hold it here, lengthen through the spine, and lift. Slow pulses. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Come up onto your palms, bend at the knee, square the hips with the mat, point the toe. We're lowering and lifting for 10, 9, 8, plug belly in, broaden across those shoulders. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold at the highest part of the lift and pulse. Pulse that big toe up toward the ceiling. Keep pulsing. You can do it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Lift an inch higher. Squeeze the booty and lower down. Take the knees nice and wide and push back into your child's pose. Whew. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Okay, from here we're gonna bring ourselves up to a seated position. If you're using the ankle weights, you're gonna remove them from your ankles and we're gonna put them onto our wrists, getting into our upper body work. So you can either cuff them over your hands or put them around your wrists like so. If you're not using any weight, you're just gonna be using your body weight resistance for these next exercises. So you're just gonna really wanna focus on contracting your muscles as you work through the moves to ensure that you're targeting those muscles weightlessly. So from here, I'm gonna sit with my legs crossed and my hips evenly weighted. If you've got any curvature in your spine, you can sit up on a block. You can also stand for these exercises or kneel if that's more comfortable. So I'd like you to set yourself up with good form. Vertebrae are stacked one on top of the other, chin is parallel with the floor, and the crown of the head is lifted toward the ceiling. I'm gonna take the arms out in front at shoulder height, lengthening through the fingers. Then we're gonna lift the right arm and lower back to shoulder height, lift the left arm and lower. So we're lifting and lowering, moving with control, focusing on our shoulders now. Your abs are engaged. You're breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Keep the neck long and those shoulders down away from your ears as you lift and lower. Nicely done. If you're not using resistance on your wrists, I'd like you to use your own body weight resistance. Really push the arms down as though you're pushing something down toward the mat with those palms. Make it count. We've got 3 and 2 and last 1. Nice. Now, arms stay out at shoulder height. We're gonna pull the right elbow back, looking out over right shoulder, keeping hips facing forward and then forward. Left elbow pulls back and forward. Keep those arms really nice and strong as you switch from side to side. Keep the core engaged, neck long, and the chin parallel with the floor here. All those checkpoints matter to ensure that you're building your muscles properly and you're not gonna injure yourself. Good. We've got 4. Shoulders are already burning. 3, 2, and 1. Arms come forward, neck stays long, and we're gonna pulse those arms up and down. Swimming with those arms. Lengthen through those arms. Press down with every pulse. Good. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing work. I'm going to turn and face you so you can see the form for this one. We're going to take the arms overhead and then we're going to pull elbows down in toward the side of the body. So lift and lengthen through those fingertips and then pull down, contracting your upper back muscles. Important that you're not arching your spine here. So keep your spine really lengthened. Every time you pull down, I want you to grow taller up through the crown of your head. Nicely done. We're opening through the chest. We're strengthening our upper back muscles that support good posture. Nicely done. Really pull down, give it a lot of energy. We've got 3 and 2 and final 1. Cactus your arms and then bring them in toward each other. Open and bring arms together. Now you can't get them right together if you've got your ankle weights on. If you haven't got ankle weights on, I want you to press your forearms and your palms together every time those elbows come in contact. Good. Otherwise, you're just getting your arms as close together as possible. Let's do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Now I'm going to take a side view again so you can see the form. We're going to extend the arms out long, turn the palms so they're facing up toward the ceiling, and we're going to bring the palms toward the shoulders, keeping the upper arms at shoulder height. So focusing on those biceps here. Good. Really important that we're not letting those shoulders creep up by the ears. Flex and squeeze those biceps as you pull palms toward your shoulders. Let's go 5. Keep those upper arms elevated. 4. Don't let them drop lower than shoulder height. And 2. And final 1. Now we're going to bring palms together and bring your elbows together if you can, if you haven't got ankle weights on. Arms are at shoulder height and we're going to pulse those palms up toward the ceiling, keeping those elbows as close together as possible. I know these are tough. Stick with it. Working into those chest muscles. Shoulders are burning. We've got 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift and hold for 3, 2, 1, and relax. Whew, I was shaking there. Okay, now we're going to switch our focus onto our triceps. I'm going to stay with my legs crossed. Whether you're sitting or standing, I'd like you to hinge forward from the hips. Spine is nice and long. We're going to bring the arms out behind. I'd like you to keep the arms as close together as possible, so don't let them splay too far out to the side. We want to keep the tension on the backs of those arms as we lift and lower, palms up toward the ceiling. Abs are engaged. Spine is long, gaze is down on the mat just ahead of you. Focusing on those triceps doing the work. Squeeze the arms together and lift those palms up toward the ceiling for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to circle the thumbs in toward each other. Good, drawing circles in the air, squeezing those upper back muscles, squeezing those upper arms. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now circle thumbs apart. Moving in the opposite direction, keep those arms elevated. Good work, you've got this. 4, lift arms a bit higher. 3, 2, and 1. Now we're going to pulse the arms up. 10 slow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Lift a bit higher. 2, and 1. Hold. Pulsing up for 20 quick. Keep those arms pulled back behind you. Lift, lift, lift. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Ooh, let's give those shoulders a roll. Actually, let's remove the ankle weights for a moment and just release some of that tension. Rolling those shoulders down and back for 3, and 2, and last 1. Amazing. Okay, from here we're gonna get into our ab work. I'm going to put my ankle weights on my ankles for this. Again, if at any point it gets too much with the ankle weights on, I'd like you to remove them. So you can still get in a great ab workout without any resistance. We are going to lower down to the mat one vertebra at a time. I'm gonna take my hands behind my head, fingers are interlaced. I'm gonna bend my left knee and extend my right leg out long. Heel is in contact with the mat, toes are pointed. From here, we're gonna inhale, and as we exhale, we're gonna curl and crunch up, bringing forehead toward the knee, and then tap heel down. Lift, pulling belly button to spine, and tap heel down to the mat. Lift and tap. Lift, pressing your low back into the mat and pulling your abdominal wall down towards your spine as you breathe out. You're really pulling belly button in toward the spine. Good. We've got 4. Lift a bit higher through those shoulders. Keep the elbows nice and wide for 3. Good work. Last 2. And final 1. Lower the right foot down to the floor, extend left leg, point through left toes. Inhale here and exhale, driving knee in toward the forehead. As you breathe out, inhale to lower, exhale to lift. Good. 7 and 6. Contract the core for 5. Lift up a bit higher through those shoulders. 4 and 3, bring forehead in toward the knee for 2, and final 1. Nice work, both feet flat on the floor. Now we're gonna extend the right leg out long. We're going into that same knee to forehead movement. So we're bringing the knee in, then we're extending the leg, and then we're bringing the knee in again, but this time we're crossing left elbow to right knee. So we're lowering, knee drives in toward the forehead, then tapping and crossing over left elbow to right knee. So straight to the center and then cross over. Good. Right into the center and cross over, working into those obliques. Lift and cross over. Really challenge yourself by lifting that left shoulder blade right up off the floor. Good. We've got 4. And 3, you've got this. Last 2, lift a bit higher. And final 1. And cross over, good work. Bringing right foot down to the floor. We're gonna repeat that on the left side. So lengthen through those left toes. Inhale here, exhale, drive it in. And then cross over, right elbow to left knee. Drive it in and cross it over. Good. Contract your abdominal wall every time you breathe out and crunch. And good. For 5. And 4. Abs are working hard here. Last 3. And 2. And final 1. Nice work. Now from here, we're going to lift up and stretch the legs out long. From here, I'm going to roll down, palms are facing in, just onto the bottoms of my shoulder blades. Then I'm gonna lift back up, hold, lift the right leg, lift the left leg, and lower. Semi-roll up from your shoulders, lift, lift, and lower. Now, if it's too much for you to get that roll up, I want you to just hang out here. So you're holding in that C curve, lifting and lowering legs. Otherwise, you're adding a roll up after every 2 leg lifts. Good, a partial roll up because you're not rolling all the way down. So you're really keeping the tension on those upper abs particularly. And then also working the lower abs with those leg lifts. It's tough, but we can do it. Breathe out to lift up. Keep those shoulders down away from your ears. Keep those arms nice and long and strong. We've got 3 more sets. 1, 2, roll down, last 2 sets. And last set, stick with it. Lower your left forearm down, lower your right forearm down. I'd like you to position your elbows so they're below your shoulders. We don't want any slumping in the spine here with this next exercise, so I want you to really prop yourself up so your spine is in neutral. From here, we're gonna go into some slow scissors. So options here, you can either lift one leg and then the other, keeping opposite leg down on the floor, easier option, or we're going into the harder variation where we're keeping the legs suspended in the air as we move. If you need to slightly bend your knees, that's fine. So going into those scissor kicks, either alternating heel down to the mat or keeping those legs suspended. Push up through those elbows. Chest is nice and open here. This is tough with those ankle weights. Good, we've got 4, 3, 2, belly to spine, I'm shaking. And last 1, lower both legs together. Wow, that was tough. Okay, so for this next exercise, you've got your left leg bent and your foot flat on the floor as we move into some circles. Otherwise, more of a challenge, you've got that left leg in tabletop. Right leg is extended. We're circling the knee in toward the chest. Circling forward with that leg, pushing the mat away so you're nice and lifted through your spine and chest. Good, for 4, abs in, 3, keep circling, 2, and 1. Reverse direction of those circles for 10, 9, abs in, 8, 7, 6, keep pointing through the toes, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower both feet down to the floor. Good. Now we're going to do circles with the left leg. Right foot is flat on the floor or in tabletop. We're circling forwards. Keep pushing mat away through those elbows for 6, 5, 4. Keep that chin lifted. 3, 2, and 1. Reverse for 10, 9, abs are in, 6, I don't feel as coordinated on this side. My circles are a bit sloppy, but that's okay, still working hard. 3, 2, and 1. Lower legs down. Amazing work. I'd like you to stretch your legs out long here. And we're going to fold over the lower body. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Inhale and exhale slowly to regulate the breath. For 3 and 2 and 1. Good work. Okay, we're gonna finish off with some plank exercises. We've got 3 plank exercises to really get that heart rate up, to finish off, to make sure that we're targeting those shoulders, those abs, that lower body. It's gonna be a total body move. So I'd like you to position your wrists below your shoulders. We're gonna step back into plank. So we're holding in high plank. Now we're going to lift the right leg and lower. Lift the left leg, pointing through the toes and lower. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, keeping that flat line with the body, 4, 3, abdominal wall lifted, 2, and 1. Push it back into downward dog. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Coming back into your plank. Now we're bringing left knee toward left elbow and back, right knee to right elbow for 8, 7, hold strong in your plank, 6, 5, so close to being finished, 4, 3, abs in, 2, and 1. Switch back into that downward dog. Now we're going into mountain climbers. We're gonna do 10 slow, knees toward the chest, and then 10 quick. So 10, 9, 8, lift abdominal wall, 7, keep those wrists below the shoulders, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pick up the pace for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and hold. Send the hips up and back into your downward dog, breathing deeply. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Lower knees down to the mat, and let's remove those ankle weights. Whew, I'm sweating so much. I'm ready for my cool down. I hope you are too. Okay, let's ease down to the mat. Bring the knees in toward the chest. Take the right hand over the right knee, left hand over the left knee. Let's just circle the knees in opposite direction as we breathe deeply in through the nose and out through the mouth, opening through the hips, massaging the low back on the mat. Nicely done. Bring knees in. I'd like you to take hold of the outside of your feet and flatten the feet as though you could walk on the ceiling here, coming into happy baby. Drawing those knees down toward the floor. Good. Enjoying the stretch, the opening of the hips. Now I'm going to bring my feet together, pressing low back down onto the mat. I want you to even connect your tailbone to the floor here too, and just continue to stretch. Find a lengthening in the spine, stretching out the inner thighs here too, which feels really good. For 3, and 2, and 1. Let's lower the feet down to the floor. We're going to come over onto our stomachs. Take your hands on either side of your shoulders, peel up into cobra to stretch your abs, or if you feel comfortable to do so, all the way up onto those palms. Stretching out the abdominal wall here, lifting up a little bit higher, finding length through the spine, gently pushing the abdominals forward to feel that lengthening. And lower down. Bring yourself into a plank just for a moment, and then fold the right leg under the body, stretching out the glutes and the hips here. Lift up nice and tall. If it feels comfortable, you can take a twist to the right, looking out over right shoulder. And then back to center, deep inhale. And as you exhale, you can take a twist over to the other side. Nicely done. Back to center, back to your plank, and then fold left leg under the body. Straighten right leg out behind you. Come up onto those fingertips. And then you can twist over to the left if that feels good. Keep the spine really nice and lengthened here. Inhale, come back to center. And exhale, twist over to the other side. Stretching the neck here too. For 3, and 2, and 1. Let's bring ourselves into a cross-leg position, sitting up nice and tall, lifting the shoulders and rounding them down and back. For 3, and 2, shrugging away tension, and last 1. And we are done. Amazing work. That was a challenging routine, but it was super effective. So well done for making it this far. And I look forward to moving again with you next time. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.